Hello friends, it's Sherry. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. We worked on this journal on Monday and I wanted to go ahead, and I was just getting ready to go ahead and do the inside, so I wanted to show you what I was doing. I will link that video before. I'm going to call it video 1 in this series for this journal. And so this is the journal we made out of the crinkly brown bubble wrap Amazon packaging, and this is, one side of it, two sides to an envelope, one side, and then I covered it with this pretty fabric that I had brought home, one of the pieces from the couple weeks ago, Thrifty Thursday. I did, in order to get what I wanted here and here, I cut pieces, 2 pieces. So this piece does go over into here a little bit, and then I put this piece on it. It's overlapped right here. I could leave it like this and it would be fine because this one wraps around, but I'm going to put something on the spine. Why don't we go ahead and do that now? So let's see, I picked out this pretty lace right here. It's kind of a ecru. I looked through a lot of laces to find this in my lace stash here in my craft room, and so I found this one, and it's like I had picked out one. I thought that one was going to be the one. Then I found this one. It was a little darker. The other one was a little whiter. But I like these, the 2 that I did pick out. Let me show you. You could see through them. And I like that. I have some that are more solid, that you really can't see through that much. But I like this because you can still see the writing and, the bird and everything under here. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I really liked how that looks. So I'm going to use this. And so I'm just going to cut a piece here. Let me get a straight cut here on the bottom. And so, yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day and is having a good week. And I just wanted to remind you, while I'm thinking about it, that if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it. I'm getting close. You know how we are. I'm getting close to the 4,000 mark, and that's pretty exciting, it takes time to get there, and I appreciate everyone's support and everyone that has subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, it would be awesome if you would help me grow my channel. And so, yeah, and if you like the video, that also helps me get my videos to get YouTube to show them. And of course, I love your comments, and I love getting to know people and all my YouTube friends, so that's awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna put a little, usually when I put, let's see, this is kind of like almost like an upholstery fabric. I'm gonna sew this on too, but I want to go ahead and, I think I'm gonna try a little, let me try a little art glitter glue here, because I want to put enough on here so that, like, I'm going to sew around the edges, but I don't want the middle popping up or anything. So I'm going to try and see if this will hold it down. It does work on fabric too, but it just depends on what kind of fabric you're gluing on to what you're gluing it on, you know what I mean? So, well, here's mine. Let me start on actual spine. This is the actual spine where it's going to fold right here. Let me do that first. I can see my fold here. So yeah, let's get that done first. So you've seen just about, you've seen all of this journal so far. I don't usually do start to finish because there's so many start to finishes out there that I don't know if you really want to see me do a start to finish. But, I might do a start to finish on this one. You saw the start. This is the next step. I haven't done anything off camera except for pick out pieces, can't take you along with that very easily. But I'm going to show you exactly what I picked out and why and what I did to them to prepare them. So let me get a little bit more in here. It's not flowing like I would like it to come out as fast as I would like it to come out here, but it is coming out. Okay. I just want to get a lot on here in the middle. The reason I'm choosing this over the Fabri-Tac is because, like I said, you can see through that lace quite a bit, and the Fabri-Tac does put off a kind of shiny, after it dries, it looks kind of shiny sometimes, and a lot of times, most of the time, and this doesn't. So It's going to be overlapping a little bit on the front and a little bit on the back. I'm going to need more glue on there, but I'm going to get the middle little spine part down first. So this is just going on the front. I don't think I'm going to put it on the inside, although I have enough to put on the inside. You guys, I went through so many. you would not believe how many laces and trims I went through to find this. Yeah. When I was going through it, I was like, I really have to put some of these in my shop, because I was like, gosh, I have a lot of lace and trim and seam binding and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I think that's glued down pretty good. We're going to let that dry while we're doing this and getting this all together. This would come out a little faster. We could get it done a little faster. It's coming out pretty good though, so I won't complain anymore. I'll just leave it, because I'm not, only way to, if you're not happy with how I have done this before, if you think your art glitter glue isn't coming out, in case you've never done it, if you think it's not coming out as fast as it could, you can just take this little nozzle off your black part and unscrew your black part and take it to a sink and rinse it thoroughly with warm water or hottish type water. You don't want to burn your fingers, but then you get all that glue out of there, all that dried up glue, if there is any in there, and it will flow better. I do that in between bottles. When I open a new bottle, I go ahead and rinse out the nozzle, because I just switched this nozzle over to my next bottle, you know. Well, I definitely do it in between bottles, and but sometimes I will do it, because this is a pretty good sized bottle, lasts for a while, so sometimes I have to do it, you know, periodically to make sure my glue is flowing as best as it can. And I always say this when I tell you that I do this, because I've told you before, or told my YouTube video before, I said it on YouTube videos before. I always try to remember to put the stopper in my drain, at least not maybe to hold the water in, but just to block in case I drop this piece right here, because I do it in my kitchen sink, and this will go right down the drain, and there you go, you've lost your little metal tip. That's my phone that I have sitting over here. But yeah, I think I need to do that now. Not now, but after this video, I might go and rinse that out today. And so, okay, so that is very nicely glued down. And like I said, I plan on sewing on the edges too. Just right on the edges, here, 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 just, you know, around like that. Okay, so let's cut this off. So you can see the butterfly through, and you know, it's like not a solid, what I like about it is it's not a solid piece that's blocking your view to the pretty fabric behind this. So I picked out several different fabrics. Well, yeah, about 3 different fabrics too for the inside. And I couldn't make up my mind. I was like, I had one all ready to go, and I was like, I just don't like it. Something's not right. Okay, so the next thing I got ready was I found this seam binding that's pretty much exactly the color of this. See this here, and all the little like turquoisey green colors in here. I couldn't believe it. I mean, this is the only one I had of this color, but I couldn't believe I actually even had one. So I was starting to put it on here. Here's what it looks like flat, you know, out of the package. And I was like, yeah, okay, this matches, let's go. I was like, I wonder if I could crinkle it. I've never really crinkled. And I've seen people do it, but I've never crinkled seam binding before. So I did. I crinkled it. I went and just wet it and wadded it up real tight as I could. Squeezed it out, and I hung it out on my clothesline to dry, because I didn't really want to put it in my dryer. And I thought it might dry pretty quick out there. Things dry pretty quick out there. And it did dry pretty quick out there. And so this is going to be my tie closure. So again, I'm going to put, let's see, I want the inside, this inside folded part, I want that in, and then the outside that's flat, not flat, but you know, the outside that's not folded, I want that on the outside where the book cover is, the journal cover. So I'm trying to get this kind of even here, and I'm going to, sorry, I'm hitting my little arm there, but I'm going to get this right in the middle and just put a little bead of glue here, and it will be glued down with this. Oh, you know what? I might use a little fabric tack on this. Let me grab that. just because I'm not going to be sewing down the middle right here. And this is not going to show at all. So why not go ahead and kind of concrete it in here with the, with the Fabri-Tac. All right, let me get this going. Here it comes. Okay, so it's going to go right out to the edge. I'm going to be sewing on the edges of it, you know, over here on the edge of the journal cover, but not through the middle. So that's why I'm putting the Fabri-Tac here. Get it nice and concreted in with this Fabri-Tac. Okay, so yeah, I think the crinkly, I've never done it before, but people are always using their crinkly sari silk. I don't have any sari silk. I've never bought any. Because I've never found any at thrift stores, and I've never really bought any because I have so much of this kind of stuff. So I figured, why not just use what I have, right? So let's see how we did with our evenness. Oh, we did pretty good. But see how pretty that is with the crinkly? I think it's really pretty. So that's that was the next thing I got ready. Crinkled that, let it dry. And then I have this for the inside. So this is the other piece of this fabric that I had. I had a bluish kind of one. It's kind of a, you know, you can see it's this blue theme. And then this one was the reddish theme. But this was the only thing that went with this. Like I looked at everything, all my fabrics, and I was like, oh, here's the label on this one. Let me take this off. But yeah, if you have a label on it, you can just peel it off. But yeah, this was the only thing that went. And it went with it the best. Like I had other things that, like I said, 2 other things I could have put in here, but they just weren't the best of what I had. So this was the best. So this I'm going to also glue down with Fabri-Tac. So let's get some glue in here. In fact, I might, so that I have time to sew, I might pause and glue. I don't think you need to see me glue, do you? I'm just going to put a glue all over here and glue it down. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I got glue all over there. You can see my glue, probably. I'm making sure that's upright. I don't want to glue this in upside down. Here's my piece of inside fabric that is upright. I know it fits just inside the cover as far as, you know, bottom, top, and side. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down and see how we did. And pull it over just a hair here. So just a little bit of a slender little strip shows of my other fabric that I had folded in. And that's the way I usually like it, you know, just a little bit of that piece showing. And then this goes over top so you don't see your folds from the, you know, from the fabric on the front. So let me just press this down all really good. I made sure to put a lot of glue in the middle where it folds, like on the spine, because that's going to be folding and I don't want any bubbles there. And then I put some on top of that seam binding that we put in for the closure. I put some on top of there because I want this, you know, I don't want to bubble right down the middle here or anything. And that helps, you know, secure the seam binding there across here. So let me just press this down all over really good. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any spots. You couldn't see through this fabric, so I wasn't worried about any printing on here. There was printing on the front cover if you saw that video, but this is, like I said, kind of an upholstery fabric. So I'm going to be sewing the edges, so I'm not going to be really worried about like getting every little edge glued down. It's pretty much glued down. There might be like a loose edge here and there, like right here, but I'm going to be sewing right there. So there's that. This is what I picked out for the pockets. So I'm going to glue this down on the edges here. And again, you can see through this, so you get to see the pretty colors through here. There's just kind of not floral, but you know, you can see what's here. Design, some words, palm tree, or that might be, that's a coconut tree, I think. And then some postage over here, but you can see through here, you can see all the colors and everything. So let's glue this down. I want to put my pin in I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac again. This is a little bit thicker lace. It's thicker on the outside here, You know, it's not thicker, but you know what I mean. It's thick down here. This will be a good solid piece. And then I've used glue on this fabric before, and it really doesn't show through. And I'm just going to put it very lightly on the edges just to hold it in place. You know, on the side edges, so that it holds it in place while I'm trying to sew it. Basically, I don't really have to glue it down solidly because the sewing is going to be holding it down. So I'm going to be going through quite a bit of fabric here, plus the envelope when I sew, so we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to use brown thread. There's a little bit of black on the front, but it's mostly browns as a basic kind of neutral base color in this fabric, so I think brown would look pretty. All right, there we go. Got our pocket glued in, and I'll let that dry for a minute so that it doesn't gunk up my needle. I'm trying to sew through it. Okay, I'm going to go sew. Let me just tell you, when I sew, I'm going to sew on the inside so I can see what I'm doing. If I sew on the outside, I won't be able to see the edges of this right here. Just a second. Sorry, I had a quick little tickle in my throat there. I didn't want to cough in the camera. So anyway, here's what it's looking like. Some strings, but I'm going to go sew, like I said, on the inside. I don't know if I'm going to use a straight stitch or a zigzag, but I will let you know when I get back. I'll be right back. Okay, I am done with the sewing. I decided to do a straight stitch, and I did the brown thread like I said. You probably won't even be able to see it very much in this camera, but I will show you right here. See, right up here. It goes all the way around. And so I just went around, and I didn't go down the middle because I didn't know if I don't think I really need to. Like, this is solidly glued down just with that. You saw me do it with the art glitter glue, and it's not like bubbling in the middle here or anything. It's just very solidly glued down. I'll keep an eye on it before I put the signature in, the pages in, and make sure, because that'll be my last chance to sew it in before I put the signatures in. But that is the outside. So it's still, can you hear the crinkle? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I never made a journal out of that paper before, out of those envelopes, so pretty cool. And so here's our pocket. It was sewn in as I sewed everything. That's why I like to get everything together and then sew one time all the way around, and everything's sewn at the same time, right? So if you've never sewn a pocket in like this, I just wanted to say, like, right now it is, droopy or whatever you might want to call that. But when you sew your signatures in, it's going to be tacked down here, right? I do it on this size journal. I would do a 5 pamphlet stitch. So you're going to have, I'm going to have one in the middle, and I'm going to have 2 down here. So this is going to be tacked down, and with the signatures in here, it's going to be, divided and tacked down. So that's why if you think you maybe have to sew a stitch down the middle to get your pocket, or glue the pocket in the middle, you don't have to. It's going to be held down by your signatures. I think that is it. So the cover is done, and yeah, I think it's really cool and pretty, and we have crinkle. So yeah, thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll try to do some pages with you, and maybe, I don't know if it'll be the next one, but soon, in the next week, because I've got to work on my retro journal. Anyway, and maybe I already did by the time this video is published, but I probably will have it finished by the time I publish this. But thanks for watching today. Have a great day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the little bell notification that says all, hit the thumbs up, and leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.